Well, we are coming in hot once again for the Erskin Music Show. Actually, we're coming in cold. I cannot believe that it is the end of April and we're still dealing with cold temperatures. I'm freezing up in this thing. And so I'm gonna have to do a show. I'm doing it for the people, all right? I'm doing it for you guys who so much enjoy this show that I'm gonna keep doing it even when it's cold outside and it should be warm. Erskin Music Show today, we're gonna be talking about older people.
I got a speaker.
What? Yeah, that's the sound of me crashing the show. All right, there's going to be either one of two reactions. There's either going to be a national nursing home tour that's going to break out after this episode, or I'll get fired from going to any church out there that ever has any old people. That's what's at stake today.
You got a speaker.
On the Erskin Music Show. Hope you guys tune in today. All right, we're back with the Erskin Music Show, and like I said, this episode is about old. How do we say it? How do we even say it?
You got a speaker.
This is about older people that are still alive, but barely. I don't know. I'm going to just get myself in trouble. This is about older people in this show, and we're going to be talking about it because I don't know what you guys know about C3 Youth, huh? What y'all know about the C3 Youth? Give me a chance to check my chest out there. But what do you guys know about the C3 Youth Conference? I just got finished speaking at it, playing at it. It was incredible. Ardmore, Oklahoma. You should check it out. I think it's probably online if you guys want to check that sort of thing out. But it was an incredible weekend. One of the illustrations that I was sharing was that before I became a Christian, I actually didn't like old people. They made me nervous. I was uncomfortable around them, didn't know how to respond to them. I didn't like the way they smelled. I didn't like the way they looked. It was just a very big disconnect for me. And there was a lot of old people that were at our church. And as I was sharing this testimony with the youth, I was saying one of the decisive things that I recognized changed in my life almost instantly, instantly in my life, was that I then began to have a love and an appreciation, deep-seated appreciation that I have until this day of older people, because I recognize wisdom when I see it. There's a couple of Bible verses. I want to put those on the ticker going across the bottom of the screen. Get that Erskin music stuff off of there. How about this? How about we talk about the fact that the glory of the youth is in their strength and the gray hair of experience is the splendor of the old. You see, the Proverbs gives us a wisdom to understand that older people often have lived through episodes and seasons of life that can come back and instruct us about what it means to and what it looks like to follow the Lord. When you have the death of a child, when you experience cancer, when you experience trouble, heartache, financial woe, divorce, separation, all those different things that could happen in the course of life here on earth. Older people have often gone through those things and can come back in and instruct us in those things in ways that are very beneficial. And so I was encouraging the youth to think about people that they can attach themselves to. All right, we're going to have a little fun here. I put another Bible verse up here just so you guys know. Even though y'all mad at me so far. All right, I'll sing some hymns a little bit later on. Wisdom belongs to the aged and understanding to the old. That's where we're going today. But we cannot do the Erskin Music Show without having a little bit of levity in today's broadcast. And so since we're talking about older people, we're gonna share a little video here. I love this. Now, I don't know. Is this actually staged?
Born to be blessed.
Okay.
Born to be a blessing. It's more blessed to give than to receive.
I love this. I love the young lady that's like by her and she's like dancing. She's like, oh yeah. Don't step on this lady and break her cane.
Born to be blessed. Born to be a
She
blessing.
getting it. Mama, get it.
It's more blessed to give than to receive.
I'm actually going to a kickboxing class today, and if this lady is in the kickboxing class, I'm just going to go up and give her a hug.
Born to be blessed. We
Be throwing them combos.
to be a blessing. It's more blessed to give to receive. Yes, we are born
Now she's kind of spry.
to be blessed, born to be a blessing. It's more
Oh, look at that.
blessed
The
to
young and the
give than
old.
to receive.
Now, what game is this? I think watch the dude. Watch the dude with the gray little noodle. He's gonna hit somebody. I have not I have not watched this video in its entirety, but I think the guy in the gray is with the gray noodle is gonna hit somebody. Let's watch it.
Give and to you shall
No,
be
he didn't.
given. When you give us unto the Lord. Good measure.
Oh, he put that robot on him. He said, "What you know about this? What you know about C3 Youth, baby?"
Cast your bread on the water. After many days you'll find it again.
Okay.
When you give, don't look unto men. Cause your help comes from the Lord.
Yeah.
Born to be blessed.
I love this song too. This is like
Born to be a
the perfect
blessing.
song for this.
It's more blessed to give than to receive.
Yup.
Yes, we are born to be blessed.
She wasn't that old now.
Born to be a
I think you gotta actually have
blessing.
some gray hairs to get some credit on this one here.
It's more blessed to give than to receive.
That was cute.
Whoever saw sparing me.
Somebody out there saying, "Bro, you're not gonna be on any one of these videos because you're not gonna make it long enough. The old people are gonna kill you after this."
Will also reap like wives.
Oh, cornhole. Now, if he throws another one in there, I'm done. I'm done.
God loves a
Oh.
cheerful giver. He'll make all grace abound.
Was that stuck?
So that in
Don't
all
do it. Okay, this is getting perilously. Hopefully this is funny and she makes it over this, but if she doesn't, I'm turning this video off right now. We cannot watch this.
things at all times, you will have all you need. Born to be blessed.
I didn't see that going very well.
Yes, born to be a blessing. It's more blessed to give than to receive.
All right, a little bit more. She getting it.
To be blessed. That's right, Jesus.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Does she have a double bass going on there? What does she got?
Born to be a
She's got a double bass pedal. Stop it. This is ridiculous.
blessing. It's more blessed to give than to receive. Remember, God cannot be.
I love
Introducing-
it. I love it. All right, we're stopping that. I don't even know what that is. You take your goofy products and get off the screen. All right. We're back there. Born to be a blessing. All right. So the deal is that did I do a live? Okay, yeah. The deal is I wanted to share a couple of things that I think testimonial wise will just kind of make sense for you guys. Hopefully they make sense for you guys. I share this with youth when I go and speak to them. Like I said, I was at the C3 Youth Conference. What do you think about old people? You can put that in the show today, in the comments for today. But you know, it's one of those things that the Lord gives me to speak about, and I always go back and I share my testimony, and I'll share about the fact that, like I said before, old people were just kind of a mystery to me. I'll say a mystery to me. But as I've gotten older and began to recognize the frailty of life, one of the things that has struck me is that I used to have my youth go and go to the nursing home, is that there's a deep-seated need, and I think the church can accomplish this, to have multi-generational, multi-ethnic faith that is represented within the context of the church. And we'll deal with the multi-ethnic part of that a little bit later, but the multi-generational part of that is that the younger people can often feed into and encourage the older people. The older people can often feed into and encourage the younger people. I'll never forget some of my early days in student ministry, some of the older ladies that were out there that would, they knew that I played basketball. I just graduated from college, played a little college basketball. And in a town that you wouldn't think, with ladies that you wouldn't think, they would come out, or at least one of them would come out, and she would shoot baskets with me. And that was just such a cool thing. and talked about some of her youth. And this is a lady that, she probably had a lot of different reasons not to be involved in the church, to kind of probably be a little bitter. She had lost a child earlier. She had lost her husband. And, it's one of those ladies that, for whatever reason or not, the Lord just strengthened her and encouraged her. And she was one of the most encouraging people in the early days of my ministry. I can think back to the lady who actually was the first representation of Christ that I really ever saw, who would daily almost remind me, not necessarily always with words, but she would have her Bible open, and I would see the way that she prayed, and I would see just all the different notes that she had in her Bible, and just so genuine and so wise. And there are things that even as I got to be a little bit more mature Christian, certainly as a teenage Christian, I thought I had it all figured out. I'm a teenager. Number one, I got everything figured out on its own. Number two, since I'm a teenager, I definitely got everything figured out. And it was just one of those experiences. I want to share that kind of screen with you as well, because this was kind of foundational in my faith. And I think that with all the stuff that's going on with deconstruction and all these different things, I just wonder if it's been a situation where people are not engaging in the faith because they haven't actually seen the reality of the faith. Now, when I came to Christ, I'll just be honest with you guys by way of testimony. It was not the typical experience, I guess, if you count that in the Western context where there's, a pastor's preaching or you're at a church service and you come down the aisle. I didn't come to faith like that. I came to faith just recognizing the Lord was interacting with me, and at least my mind was accessing the understanding that there is a way that seems right to a man, but in the end are the ways of death. And I just got down on the side of my bed and just got on my knees and just prayed to receive Christ. I knew that I was a sinner. And the conversation started something like this: God, I know that you exist. I know that you're real. I know that I've been spending so much time running away from you and not wanting to do what it is that you've called me to do or asked me to do, that I'm just going to be honest now. This is just a moment of clarity and a moment of honesty. And I'm just going to say, you're real. You exist. Your word is true. I need Jesus. I'm a sinner. I repent of my sins, and I'm going to follow you with everything that I have. I wonder, and there's no way for me to know this, but I wonder if those who are engaged in some of this deconstruction movement, you're going to talk a lot about that, people who have started in the faith, maybe they've done some things, maybe they've come to prominence. Those are usually ones that make the press. And then they've walked away from the faith and they've renounced their Christianity. I'm wondering if they've ever had that experience where they were able to see another generation, 2 or 3 generations ahead of them, that had lived through some of the things they're going through. I don't want to minimize anybody's problems that are out there. I don't want to say that when you experience grief and difficulty and tumult and trial that it doesn't actually really exist. I'm not that guy. But what I am saying is it has been instructive for me throughout the years to be able to watch more mature, older believers.
You gotta speak it.
Older believers. Yes, older believers.
You gotta speak it.
Live through some of these episodes and remain faithful in the process. And so here's a song, even though she's not Granny Lee. My mother-in-law really likes this song. And so I think you guys are going to like this song as well. This song is called With You by Erskin Music.
Going over my life, wishing I could start all over again. I keep asking what it would have been like if I would have known you way back then. But I wouldn't change a single thing I went through, 'cause it led me to you. Now that I'm with you, I will sing to you, 'cause I know I've been redeemed. I will hope in you, give my life to searching, looking for some answers, trying hard to fill this void within. I was desperate for the missing pieces, when only you can make me whole again. It took all you had to make a way, to rescue me now and every day. Now that I'm with you, I will sing to you, 'cause I know I've been redeemed. I will hope in you, give my life to you, and I find you're all I need. I find you're all I need. With you I can run, I can soar. You're more than what my heart has ever hoped for. Until my last breath, and with my every step, I will follow after you, Lord. Now that I'm with you, I will sing to you, 'cause I know I've been redeemed. I will hope in you, give my life to you, and I'll find you're all I need. Yes, I'll find you're all I need. Now I'm with you. Now I'm with you.
All right, that was a song called "With You." Guys, I'll be honest with you. That is probably one of my favorite songs as well. It is a sneaky good song because it didn't fall in that kind of marketing niche with, the persecuted church where "Is He Worth It," which is my most popular song, probably goes, and then "Grace Made the First Move," just because there's so many, because it ties into a hymn, and there's so many people that know that hymn. That song is really popular. "Do What You Got to Do" is popular. I was on the radio for a while. Everything will probably be really popular. That song never fell into a niche because we did that song. That was the first Nashville album that we did, and so it just was that. I was like, every album that I love ends with a ballad, and so I'm going to end this with a ballad, and that was the ballad for that album. But that has so many deep and significant things for it. Guys, you don't know this about me. Maybe you know this about me. I was raised by my grandparents. My grandfather passed away a couple of years ago, and man, just so much wisdom. And I think for a lot of people that just kind of noted my mannerisms when I was younger, I think I attribute that. I think I want to attribute that to obviously the Lord, but then I also want to attribute that. Were you raised by your grandparents? I don't know. There's some people out there that were raised by older people. Just some of my mannerisms. There was even though I was very immature in a lot of different ways, and still am. Some of my mannerisms I picked up from just being around older people who had a little bit more maturity. And so I'm very thankful for that. All right, I'm gonna fire 2 salvos, and then I'm gonna get myself out of out of range here. But here's the first thing that I wanted to say: that if you're a young person out there and you're trying to figure out how to live the Christian life, I just want to give it to you plain and simple. Find some older people to hang around and learn as much as you possibly can from them. All right. If you're an older person that's out there, or more mature, as we should say, if you're a more mature person that's out there today and you're watching this show, I want you to think about this for just a second. Don't write all the young people off. There's still a lot of tremendous young people who are doing things. And I know you're sitting there watching Fox News and it looks like the young people are looting and they're burning and they're tearing up the country. But there are so many young people out there that are doing productive and encouraging things using technology, advancement of the kingdom of God, for the glory of King Jesus. And I just want you to say, if you're an older person that's out there, don't write the youth off. I've been at the C3 youth conferences last weekend, and there's some incredible youth that are coming up. Generation X, Generation Y, Generation Z. This new generation, whatever they're going to call themselves, is they're on track, they're on pace. And so don't give up the fight. Don't lose heart. All right. If you are watching this on YouTube, Facebook Live, and or Twitter, and or Twitch, please subscribe. Use your elbow. Let's see if you can use your elbow and enable the notifications. Just drop that hammer on the show. All right, it's the Erskin Music Show. We're out of here for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tune in again tomorrow. There's going to be another crazy episode. I just come up with kooky ideas. And so if I haven't gotten myself censored, wait a minute, I can't get censored. It's my show, Erskin Music Show.